to start this game, haven't we?
Yeah.
Good morning everyone and welcome to a new video on the channel. It is Saturday the 20th of January 2024 and today I'm making a long trip to Surrey. It is Dorking Wanderers versus Gateshead in the National League. So here I'm in Dorking at long last. It's been a long journey. It seems pretty posh, I've got to say. Way out of my comfort zone. I want to go back to your typical working class northern towns. But anyway, going into this afternoon's game, Dorking are currently in 19th place in the National League table. Could you say that they may be having a little bit of a second season syndrome in terms of being in this division? Possibly. They've had a pretty tough time of it of late. Of course, in November when we played them up at the International Stadium, we put 6 past them that day. Of course, there's been a lot of changes to our squad since then, which I'll obviously touch upon in a minute. But since then, they've only won 3 games in all competitions, I believe. So yeah, they're still struggling a little bit, and obviously coming into this game today, on the back of a pretty awful 5-0 loss away to Macclesfield in the FA Trophy. I mean, I know there was a lot of pretty mental results throughout the FA Trophy last weekend, but still 5-0 away from home against a team from 2 leagues below. It still isn't the best thing, really, is it? But they'll be looking to bounce back this afternoon. There's no doubt about that. They'll see it as they owe Swan on the back of what happens in November. But speaking of Gateshead, we are still in 8th place in the National League table, and nothing's changed since last weekend's win over Western-super-Mare in the FA Trophy, but it was really touch and go last Saturday, wasn't it? But since then, some slightly better news in terms of players returning from injuries, and also a couple of new incomings. Sounds as though Callum Whelan and Joe Grayson are going to come back into the team today, which is a massive help. I think almost any team in the league would notice it if players of that calibre were missing. And a couple of new arrivals this week on loan from Cardiff City is Kieran Evans until the end of the season, I believe. Funnily enough, he actually made a 15-minute cameo when we saw Cardiff at Hillsborough a couple of weeks ago, so I've already seen him. So I've had a little bit of a sneak preview. So he comes with plenty of promise and potential and could be a massive asset to us, and as well a player that definitely has a lot of potential, a lot of good reviews, is Kane Adom, who's arrived from Welling United until the end of next season, really highly rated by Welling fans. And I think that maybe shows just what the football food chain is all about. Obviously our worst fears were recognised when clubs from the Football League come in for our best players. Like Welling will have been worried that a club like us was going to come in for a dom, and that is what's happened. And luckily enough, Rob's decided to take a chance on him. So looking forward to seeing how he gets on. But as well, it's been a pretty turbulent couple of weeks, really, hasn't it? But hopefully now the players are starting to bed in a little bit more. We're starting to familiarise themselves with the system. I've had a bit more time on the training pitch. So we're meant to be playing Woking on Tuesday night, but that was called off for a frozen pitch, which has been a bit of a theme of the week. And it seems we've almost won the raffle today, really, haven't we? In the fact that Dorking's pitch is artificial, therefore it was pretty unlikely that there was going to be any issues with getting the game to go ahead. So slept a little bit easier last night, I've got to say, as a result of that. There's games off left, right and centre in the National League today, but as it is, that could present an opportunity for us today. If we can get a decent result down here, if we can get the win, we'd definitely go up to 5th, because Altringham's game's off, Oldham's game's off and Rochdale's game's off. And you've got to remember, we've played a game less than Alty and Oldham and 2 games less than Rochdale. But the thing is, I'm looking at more the points on the board than the actual games in hand at the minute, which I think is what you can do, because if you've got the points on the board, you've got the points on the board, but you've still got to do your job in your games in hand, haven't you? And there's still a lot of football to be played. We're all going to cut each other's throats, all the teams in around there between now and the end of the season. So it's going to be a lot of twists and turns yet, but if we can get a good result today, that would go a hell of a long way towards achieving what we want to achieve. So let's head on down to Meadowbank and find out how it all unfolds. Here we are then, a new one off the list, and being here today means that I've now visited every ground in the National League and seen Gateshead at every ground in the National League at some point or another during my life. Obviously not all of them on this channel. We've not been to Bromley on this channel, I've not been to Solihull on this channel, and I've not yet been to Ebbsfleet on this channel, but obviously Ebbsfleet will come when we go there in March, and if we're still in the same division as them, might go to Bromley or Solihull next season. Anyway, let's head into this place. So the team's warming up, Gateshead getting ready just here. They're going to be in our away kit this afternoon, of course the blue one. Dorking and getting ready in the distance, I'm guessing in red and white home shirt. Anyway, I'll see you when the players are coming out of the tunnel and ready to start the match.
Gateshead! We're Gateshead! We're Gateshead! We're getting really like old school now. Somebody... Come on, Ben!
I've had a back on it.
Did it?
It did, oh, you know it's windy.
He's conceded 4 goals at home. Too easy! Oliver.
Been all over to start this game, haven't we?
Yeah. I think 54 down.
54?
Jordan! There's no one.
It's unbelievable.
That's a school goal.
Go on.
Go on. Alive.
Go on.
Go on! Not just that, I know there's a pitch inspection.
Ooh. Get to it, Wheeler. Okay.
Fuck's sake, man! We're playing in blue! Connor! Go on!
What?
Booty's off.
Fuck off, man!
Maybe a bit of a high tackle. Never rains, but it pours. Get out!
Back check, man! Blow the way! Squeeze! Get out! Get out!
That's been coming. Barely been out of her on off, really.
Adrian Swan. Oh my God!
What are you doing there, man?
Fucking Chelsea. Well, finish that, mate.
Get yourself over your hoover!
Ref, you're fighting the game!
Ref, you shit! Ref!
Ref, you're fucking awful!
Half-time, Dorking Wanderers 1, Gateshead 0. Why the hell did I wake up so early this morning and travel down here? I've totally wasted my time. This has been quite simply abysmal so far, and there's no other way of putting it. Just been absolutely second best all over the park. Barely got out of our own half, and even with 11, we're still getting absolutely dominated. And yeah, it's not been good enough. It's that straightforward. We just look really all over the place again, playing ourselves into trouble with just too much messing about at the back and what have you. I mean, truth be told, the goalkeeper cannot be getting beaten that easily at his near post for the goal, and they were lucky with the one that was flagged for offside as well. There's nothing at all positive I can say about this so far. I know everyone's saying, "Oh, Dan, you need to be more positive," and stuff like that. Get behind him. I mean, not be funny. I've paid my money. I've travelled down here. I'm entitled to be annoyed at what I've just seen there because, yeah, it's been really, really piss poor.
Has he not replaced Stockwell? Because Stockwell off inches, didn't he? Before the warm up? Yeah, he's replaced Stockwell. Well, why wasn't Joe Biden short? What? Yeah, it's fucking shite! Go on! Just hit it! Hit it, man! Shoot one! Oh! Too easy! Fuck me, please, Johnny. What the hell is that? Someone's put 50 pence in there, hasn't they? Go back! Pass! Go on! Oh, you fucking slug fighters! Oh my God, man! Hit the target! Johnny, get on! Come on, man!
Through, man.
Very lucky there.
Yeah, come down the pin. We love. How many added on? 2 hours.
6 minutes of added time at the end of this game. You know what, like, may as well just go all out for it now. What the hell have we got to lose from this point, you know what I mean?
Fucking hell, man! The fuck are you doing, man? Give it a fucking program!
It's fucking useless.
Forward, man. Full-time Dorking Wanderers 1, Gateshead 0. We had some chances in the second half, started to test the keeper a bit more. The Conor McBride had one that hit the crossbar, Marcus Denanga fired one over, but ultimately for me the damage was done in the first half, and we probably left ourselves with a bit too much to do. I mean, let's say whether you think it was a red card, wasn't a red card, I just think we got it all wrong in the first half, if I'm telling you the truth. But I'm going to take nothing away from Dorking, because I thought to a man they were outstanding today, really, and really did deserve the win. So I will say that much. The best team did clearly win on the day, so can't begrudge them of that. But just the club's on a massive low at the minute. I know people say I'll be positive and that, but it works both ways. Like maybe yeah, that can be a bit pessimistic at times, but by the same token, like we need to be given something to be positive about, which we're just not really getting at the minute. And I think like you're just almost nitpicking almost in terms of trying to find stuff to be like upbeat about. I think in terms of performance, I thought Luke Cannon had a decent game. I thought Conor McBride had a decent game as well, but yeah, as I said, just left ourselves with far too much to do, and it's just really not fun at the minute. I'm not going to lie about that. I'm almost at the point where I'm wanting games to get called off, because it feels like just too much effort just to go to home games at the minute, let alone the away games, getting up at whatever time in the morning, travelling the length of the country and what have you. I mean, I know obviously just because I've travelled, I've not got a God-given right to see us win or anything like that, but yeah, it's just very little to smile about just now. It's really, really frustrating, I've got to say, and right now we're just really not sure where the next win comes from. So it's a big game on Tuesday night at home to Solihull, and I think we've got a point to prove in that game. I must say that I think we've got to put in a response to that. We've got to like come out the traps on Tuesday, get at them, and yeah, I mean, if we can get a result out of that game, it might be something that could potentially start a bit of a turnaround within our season. But yeah, it's just really, really deflated about that more than anything. I'm not really angry as such, I'm just deflated above all else. I had a relative amount of hope for today, and yeah, it was just like the first half performance just did all the damage, and that's the bottom line to it. But we've got to move on, we've got to find some solutions, and yeah, just hopefully before long steer the ship back in the right direction, because like it feels like there's a low level of confidence around the club at the minute, from the fans right through to on the pitch. So yeah, just maybe like a team meeting or something. I don't know what goes on behind the scenes, but like I think some conversations need having, just so the players can maybe say their piece about what they feel could be done to improve and what have you. Just let everyone be honest with each other, because yeah, as I say, right now it's not really that fun being a Gateshead fan. But that is that for this video, and I'll be back on Tuesday night with that Gateshead versus Solihull Moors game. It'll be interesting to see if we can bounce back. But until then, take care, cheers for watching, see you later.